welcome back to Season 2 of the Viridian League. Today our teams will be facing a very event in the combination race, which will consist of 4 different rounds, but we'll go more in depth on how that event works later on. First, we'll be looking at the standings. As we can see, the Doom Dashers and Wintermins are tied on points for second place, closing in on the lead that the Evergreen Oaks have had for a while now. But we'll go straight into the event. No demo reel this time, with Tin, Stereo, Watt, Spectre, Pyro, Swamp, Pungent, AWAS, Rocky, Nightfall, Fall, Crystal, Snowdrop, Iris Puddle, and Mouse representing their teams, and off they go. Into the first of 4 sections, the red plinko-like section. You can see some slight triangular spinners going into some simple zigzags. Meanwhile, Puddle has the lead right next to Crystal and Fall. As I head into the second section, a yellow dynamic sections with a lot of very interesting paths that are being guided on by all these very strong pads of magnetism. Now Puddle has taken the lead over Mahas and Crystal, heading into the third section, the green hexagonal one. Let's see a lot of mechanisms that can open and close paths here. We also saw some interesting paths here. You can see Mahas and Puddle right tied here, heading into the final part of the section, but Mahas takes the outer line, which is going to be faster here. They take the lead going into the final section, the cyan tube section, which is very narrow and hard to overtake unless you take a different path. But it is the last one of the course, so the overtakes that do happen are all the more vital. Going into the maze-like section here, Mahas ahead of Crystal, but Crystal catches up here and overtakes it right here. It's very close between these 4 marbles for the win here. Mahas heads to the final obstacle first, but Crystal overtakes him but can't make it stick due to a bad bounce. Mahas will win the round over Crystal, and then Nightfall and I believe AWAS and Puddle rounding up the top 5 of the first round, as the rest of our marbles are slowly trickling in here. Let's see. I believe these are our final 2 marbles here, unless there are any stragglers that I have forgotten about. Let's see. And no, that means Spectre gets 0 points here, but the full 15 points of the first round go to Mahas here. And they will win the first round, but that's not going to be enough for quite yet. They need to do solidly in the next 3 rounds as well. Crystal not far behind in second, but we go straight into the second round here. And as you can see, the board has not reset. Changes that happened in the previous round will stick heading into the next round, so it's going to be a test of which marbles is best to adapt to the changing conditions. And it's looking like Watt and Pungent are the front runners this time around. Let's see, great line there from Watt, but Pungent not so much to jump up back to that platform. Meanwhile, Spectre catch up all the way to Watt, and they trigger the ball bearing loadout here. Let's see, that's halting Watt here, but not making much of impact otherwise. They still halt the lead. But Snapdragons have caught up, Snowdrop has caught up right back to them. They're right next to each other. Meanwhile, Stereo has a great line here, taking the lead. Tin also close behind, but Stereo has now taken the lead here. Let's see, also taking that bottom path. They have a great leader over a bad bounce, close it all the way up. What catches right up to their behind. Let's see. Tin also in third, not too far behind. Watt and Stereo take different paths here, but they converge to the middle. Stereo has a better entry here, but Watt's not too far behind. Neither is Tin, so we'll be very close here for the second round. Let's see. Stereo in the lead, but Watt's comes from right up. They're going into the last sectional, right head to head. Who's gonna take the win here in the second round? And it's gonna be Stereo over Watt. Tin with a very solid third here. Sort of fell back too far, but still a solid round for them. And as the rest struggle in slowly, you see here, Mahas, our round 1 winner. Not great here, same for Crystal, the second in round 1. And these are our last few strugglers here, I believe. And yes, that is. Stereo wins the second round and gets the full 15 points. But Watt with 14 points is not far behind. Mahas in 12, not good for a round 1 leader. Let's see what this does with the standings. And Watt will go into the lead here, but only 1 point ahead of AWAS and Stereo. That win for Stereo was not quite enough to take the leader, but we still have 2 rounds to go. And up they go into the third round. Let's see here. Crystal, decent start, but a lot can still change here in the first section. A bad start is not at all a deal breaker here. Tin is now to the lead, hoping for back-to-back great rounds. A was up there as well. Let's see here. Ooh, great line there from Tin. Let's see, they have a great leader, but oh, they're struggling here on that half curve. They can't quite get going, and all the members behind them catch right up. Let's see here. Tin still holds the lead, but Awas and Pungent are quite close. And let's see, great move there from Crystal and Awas to move up into second and third respectively. Meanwhile, Awas overtakes Tin here. Let's see, and they just barely take the faster section here. Tin will have to struggle through the hexagonal maze. That means Awas is towards the lead. Pungent there, triggering the ball bearing. You can see at the top that it's already going off all the way, closing up the top half. Meanwhile, Crystal is overtaken for the leader into the final part of the course. Let's see, but Awas is very close behind. Rocky, Tin, and Pungent still in it here, though. Let's see. Crystal has a great lead here, but Awas needs some better movement here to catch up. And they're not going to get it. Crystal has a very solid lead into this final section. I would be surprised if they don't come out on top here. And yes, they will, but it's going to be very close. First, second place, 4 marbles, all battling for it. And it's going to go to Rocky and a bounce from Tin, who finishes ahead of Awas. Then Pyro and Pungent finish right behind. And then the rest of the marbles trickling in here. Let's see who are leaders after the first 2 rounds. Awat having a bad round here. And we have Nightfall and Mars here as the last 2. Mars tries to make an overtake, but can't quite get it in time. And that means, yes, they finish the round in last. That's all of them. Crystal gets the full 15 points here, ahead of Rocky and Tin. And Awas, very good round for all 4 of those. They're sitting high in the standings. And that means Awas goes to the top with only 1 round left to go. Crystal is not far behind, neither Sin, but only the top 10 or so can still win the gold in this event. It's all going to come down to this final round. Let's see here. Peril, good start here. Same for Pungent, Rocky, Iris also near the front, but being a lot slower. Ooh, hold up there for Pyro allows Rocky, Pungent, and Stereo now to overtake. Let's see, it's Rocky goes to lead, but not the greatest lines here. Causes Stereo to catch up to them. It's running very close between them and Pungent here. Pungent have a great line here. All 3 of them can still win, but it's not going to happen if Awas and Crystal keep running as they are. Let's see, it's these 5 marbles here are very bunched here to the stop. Spectre also great lines here to get to the front, but Pungent still has the lead, but Stereo and Spectre are not far behind. Stereo and Pungent can still win it, and Stereo gets a far better line here. They take a lead here. But ooh, Spectre here gets a better line than this time. Stereo goes to the middle, meanwhile Spectre goes to the outside, so it's all tied up once again. Spectre is far too far behind to still get the Goldie Bird. Stereo, Pungent, maybe even Mods of Miracles can still do it. It all depends on where Awas and Crystal finish, but they're far behind, so it's going to be very close. This might be for the win. Stereo and Pungent are right there next to each other. It's going to be very close between the 2 of them. Stereo holds a lead here, let's see, but Pungent is right on their tail. Can they make it through? Who's going to win here? And Stereo gets their 2nd win in this event, ahead of Pungent and Spectre. Oh, what's happened there? 7 marbles stuck there. Oh, that's not good for Awas and Crystal. Not at all what they wanted to happen here. They had a good round early on, which was looking very good for Medal, but this DNF is gonna put it all into question. Let's see, they need to get stuck if they want to get any guarantee of points, but they don't have that much longer to do so. Let's see. Is there any movement there? It looks like there might be a bit of nudging. And yes, it's going to be some movement, and that means Iris is going to escape here, but are they going to be the only one? Let's see, and it appears so. 7 marbles here DNF'd. We'll have to see what the referees call about will be about this incident. Meanwhile, Stereo and Pungent take the top position in this round, and overall, Stereo wins over Pungent on a tiebreak with their 2 wins. Both on 42 points is very strong though, but we'll have to see how that result is changed by this referee call. You can see here the teams that were DNF'd, their coaches are not happy at all what happened here. Let's see what have the referees decided, and all those who DNF'd will receive 3 points in the event. Let's see if that shakes up the standings. Let's see, and no, Stereo, Pungent and Watts hold top 3, although Watts only on a tiebreak with Awas, who came so close. They were looking very strong throughout that last round, but couldn't quite keep their provisional medal due to that untimely DNF. Very unfortunate for them. And with the Supersonics getting their first ever gold medal, they jump up into the top half of the standings. Meanwhile, Apple Touch and John Jolt move up to 5th and 6th respectively, but nothing much else changes at the top of the standings. Now, the next event will be Event 12, Team Aquathlon. We're closing in on the end of the season, so see you then.